What up, UP? What's up, buddy? I'll give it to you. You are on top of it, man. Figure I'd come in there and hang out with you guys a minute. What's up, Throttle? What's up, buddy? We'll let everybody get in here for a minute, and then we'll chat it up for a few seconds. At work, man, I'll give it to you, dude. You put your time in. I'll give you that. What happened to our sunny weather yesterday? It is just a nasty, rainy mess here today. Morning, Jonica. How are you? Guys, I hated ending that live on you yesterday, but I got frustrated. I hadn't eaten nothing all day or the night before, and I was just like, man. So I went up to the house, got something to eat, got me a root beer, and I come back down here, and it wasn't 30 minutes later, I had the intake and both the heads off. And it cost me a couple sockets. I didn't break the sockets, but I got them sitting over there on the workbench. I'll go get them and show you in a minute, but essentially what it was is they went from 9/16, and I just took a 6.11 millimeter, tapped them over the heads. I dug through all my tools, and I ended up pulling the last 3 intake bolts off. Took the manifold bolts off. I cut 2 of those off and just said heck with it, and everything just came apart perfect. Got the block sitting over here on the engine stand, or on the engine cherry picker, engine hoist, whatever you guys call them. And it's ready to go. I was going to load everything up this morning, but it's pouring down frickin' rain. And I'm not taking these 2 engines, which are sitting right here, and sticking them in the rain. If I got to in the morning, we'll bag them and then load them that way, because I'm going to have a total of 6 engines on my trailer to take up there and in the back of my truck. These 2 here, Grimm's engine and Noisy Cricket's engine, are going to go in my truck, just so I can keep a really good eye on them. And the other ones, whatever happens, happens. But yeah, again, I apologize for ending that live, but I got frustrated. I needed to get something to eat, and I didn't want to say something stupid because I try to keep his family friendly here. But at the end of the day, it was all done, and I'm tickled to death. I got all my engine bays cleaned, so as soon as these engines get back, we're going to chuck them in the cars, and we are going to, like, let her rip, tater chip. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, I'm going to have both of them, I'm going to have to break in. So I'm going to have to do some shop burnouts, you know, for that. And I know you guys enjoy that. And get these 2 loaded for Florida, because I've got, what is today? I don't even know. To be honest with you, it's Sunday. I know that, but I don't know the date whatsoever. So I've got like a week and some change. Let me catch up real quick here. Jonica said, good, just doing my nails and watching you. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Miss Colleen, how are you? UP's cleaning house. I don't even know what that said, but thank you very much, brother. But yeah, again, I just wanted to get on here and do some explanation. I put a community post out yesterday, just letting everybody know we're ready to go, but I hated doing that. But it is what it is. Let me get these sockets and I'll show you what I done yesterday. I'm going to have to set these back on my bench and heat them up and try to get these out. But essentially, you know, that's the intake bolt. And I just wedged an 11 millimeter over, beat it down with like a mini sledge, and then they just came right out. I had to take a little bit of heat. I had to run and go get a B tank, or a MAP gas tank, whatever you guys call them, a little yellow tank. And but I got one there, and then I got a couple here that sheared off inside my sockets from the manifolds, or from the, you know, they're not headers, but your manifolds. And after I lost 2 sockets of that, I just took a whiz wheel and was like, started cutting them off, because the heads are in the junk pile, and so are the manifolds are in the junk pile, along with everything else. I'm not keeping those heads. There's no sense in it. I've got 20 pair of them here. I don't need any more. Let's see. 1 second, OT, and I'll show you the cars, brother. You hanging out in here a minute, okay? And I'll show you the cars right quick. Darren said, good morning. You have a lot of work ahead of you. Yes, I do. I need to come up and see you. I tried. I come by yesterday. You were gone, but I need to order a bunch of stuff. So I'll get with you this week. I took an entire week off, so I'm going to stay here. Hopefully we can get both these engines redone tomorrow or Tuesday. And then I will have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, well, essentially the rest of the week and weekend to get the engines back in, get them installed, get them broke in, get them tested. And then I've got a lot of plumbing and electrical work to do to Grimm in order to get this blower set up to work. Josh fortunately had a tunnel ram, which has a lot of the plumbing up higher anyway. But with the blower, I think it sits 8 or 9 inches taller than even the tallest point of his tunnel ram. So there's a picture of that also on the community page and the Busted Radio Garage Facebook page. You can see the mock-up of Grimm with his full blower setup. So if you want to go check that out. Colleen says it's cold and rainy. The same here. I mean, we're not really cold. It's, I think, 52-ish when I come down here. It's just a nasty rain, which, you know, we're in that season, right? Snow and rain. It is what it is. Tommy said, how are we looking? We're looking good, brother. I'm just taking it minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day right now. I've got all the engines that I need sitting right here in front of me, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. I've got 2 end tables made out of my prized engines here. So tomorrow and Tuesday are going to tell us everything, right? I'm hoping we can just swap everything out of Noisy Cricket's block and put it right into his new block and be done with it. And then hopefully Grimm's engine is just something stupid. We can just rebuild it real quick, put some higher performance parts in it, throw it back in the car and go. If it comes down to a point where I have to run a stock crank and these pistons that Josh put in, I'll risk it for the biscuits, what I'm saying. We're probably going to, I don't think we'll blow it up, but I'm not sure if the pistons will hold up to the boost. I don't know, but we're going to find out. Smoke Sobs, what's up? It says, hey, BRG, how are you? Hope you're doing well today. Nice, I'm making it happen. I am trying, guys. I'm telling you what, this is probably the biggest undertaking I've taken in the smallest window ever. 3 engines, completely out of the cars, completely rebuilt, putting them all back in, testing them, dialing them in, and getting them ready to go in just a couple weeks. You know, it is what it is. We got to do it. What aggravates me the most, if I'm being straight with you, it's not the fact that I'm an idiot and I just took my shop heat for granted. But who wouldn't, right? I mean, let's be honest. How many people leave their house every day knowing that their furnaces and their heat's going to be working when they get home, right? It's just no one thinks about that when you walk out the door. And with my cattle and donkeys and the farm animals here, when we had that blistering cold, I had to keep my animals alive. And as you guys know, my shop comes first, right? And I had to make sure the animals were okay. I was just fortunate to walk in that day and just know it then, right? Versus just wait until I got warm like now and then walking in and I'm down another week. So it is what it is. The thing is, again, what aggravates me the most is both these cars were ready to go. And I was comfortable for the first time in, I think, the 3 years I've been on YouTube. It was the most comfortable I've been ready for a season. And it bit me, and it bit me hard. But you know what? It is what it is. There's no sense being mad about it. Yeah, I was upset for the first day. It sucked, I'm not going to lie. But what am I going to do, sit here and be mad forever? No, you pick yourself up and you say, let's get to work, right? Sorry the freeze happened. Dude, it's all good, man. I appreciate that, though. One step at a time, that's right. That's right. You just got to keep pushing forward, man, with everything, whether it's cars or life in general. Push forward. Hello from Moscow. Wave to Moscow. You know what? I'll wave to you. How are you? Just send it, brother. Let her eat. Oh, I'm going to. Like I said, it doesn't, like when we go out for a competition, whether it's at one of Cletus's deals or No Name, those have been at the No Name competitions with me, and those have been at Cletus competitions with me, or anything in between. I don't care. I will blow them up on I don't care if like No Name's usually right around my last event of the year. I'll blow them up on purpose for the crowd, man. I don't care. It's awesome. I love it. Let's see. Got to roll with the punches. That's it. 100%. Daryl said loss. Yep. Donald Davis said love it. Yep. 100%, man. Guys, I love this. I do. To be honest with you, I get a lot of criticism, you know, on the channel and off the channel, like in just general life, about the amount of money that I essentially just burn, right? I've talked to Daryl about this in Metal Art Customs, right? Wanting to get into burnout competitions and stuff like this. And, you know, if you listen to other channels like Sleeper Dude or even Cletus or some of these other guys, right? If you get into something like this, just be prepared to set your money on fire. You're never going to get it back, right? Because, like, I get compared, like, I talk to drag racers in some conversations, and they're like, well, yeah, we do this, we do that. And I guess it could be argued both sides of the fence, right? But if you have a drag car, you're going to run it wide open, full throttle for what? Let's say 10, 12 seconds, right? And then you're shutting her down and you're moving on to your next round, right? And that's awesome, and I get it. But if you're in a burnout competition like we are, we're doing the exact same thing, but upwards to 2 minutes, right? So we're essentially doing that, what? 7 times longer, 6 times longer than the average drag racer at, let's say, 7,000, 8,000 RPM, right? And if you run 2 minutes, it doesn't take very long to destroy an engine, you know what I mean? It could be something small, it could be something totally catastrophic, you know, but you got to love what you do, and I love what I do, and I couldn't care less about the money part of it. I enjoy it. You guys have seen me put it on almost every post I've ever made, or even on these lives. I live every day like it's my last, right? So if the man upstairs wants me to go home tomorrow, I went home knowing that I gave it my best here, and I'm going with no regrets, right? Because I promise you, there's not going to be a money truck behind the hearse. There's not going to be a U-Haul behind your hearse, and they're sure in the world not going to bury me in my cars. I can't take this crap with me, whether it's money, whether it's the cars, whether it's any of it. So while I'm here, I'm going to have fun with what I got. Make sense? Let's see. Let's see. Did you get my text last night? Daryl, to be honest with you, brother, I didn't even look. I went to deal with these engines last night. The girls and I had movie time. My phone got put away, and I've been down here since this morning, but I will look. Let's see. Haters are going to hate. Man, haters are going to hate on anything. You can put 10 people in a room, and you're never going to get all 10 people to agree on anything. I don't care. It doesn't matter what the subject is. It's impossible. You're going to have people hate you for anything, and it doesn't matter, right? The thing is with me, with the haters, unless they get absolutely just downright mean or disrespectful, either to me or my girls, I just, I try to talk to them like a normal person. Like, look, I get it. We're not going to get along. We don't agree on certain things, but it doesn't mean we can't have a civil conversation, right? You can have a civil conversation with anybody, right? Unless they're just an absolute clown that is just couldn't care less what anybody thinks, it's their way or the highway or any of that. I've always believed that, you know what I mean? I don't have to like you, you don't have to like me, but if I walk into you at a grocery store, I'll still be like, hey, how are you doing today? And move on about my way. But nah, it is what it is. I just, whatever. I'm doing it to have fun, a vacation, so to speak. Yep. Lot 3, what's up? Welcome to the chat, bud. Joker said, 73 years old, new 4-post lift 3 years ago. Life a lot easier. I'll tell you what, them 4-post lifts, there's one right there behind me, they're game changers, man. They're in a whole lot. What I'm saying is I'd give up a car if I gave up my lift. And it's awesome at 73 years old, Joker, that you're out there doing this, man. I just want to say that I don't know you. I don't think I do. But if you're out there putting in the wrench time at 73, I tip my hat to you. It's awesome. I love it, man. I think it's therapeutic. I actually love my shop even on the worst days, right? If I'm having a terrible day down here, I still enjoy being down here. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But that's awesome. You're out there putting in the wrenches at 73. I love it. Look at Randy last year, split his block. Yep, it happens. It happens. Quick question. Do Cadillac converter cleaners ACC? Vernon, I'm not sure what you're getting at that, brother. Do Cadillac converter cleaners actually work? To be honest with you, I don't know, brother. The only cars that I would say that have Cadillac converters that I own are my couple daily drivers here. I couldn't answer that, to be honest with you. Everything else I have here is open headers. I've never really done anything like that. Smoke said word. Daryl said, yes, sir. Let it roll. Yep. Don's in the house. What's up, brother? Good morning, Chris and my peoples. What's up, buddy? Don, let me know. What did you think of the merch you ordered, brother? What do you think of the quality of it? Now, I'm asking you that seriously. I always ask, like when people get in or I send emails asking what they think of the quality. Anything we can improve on, I'm not ashamed of it. Put it in the chat here. I'll catch up with you on your answer in a minute. Throttle Davidson, a little bit of respect goes a long way. 1,000,000%, Joker. 1,000,000%. Respect is everything in this world. Everything. Again, you don't have to like somebody. You don't have to be their buddy or go play bingo with them, but you can always meet in the ground at a general civil conversation. Always. Ever thought of a 58 Fury? Not really for sure. I'm not really into the whole lot of the 50s cars, of being straight with you. I mean, I love the dirty Dodge back here. You know, and obviously the Tri-5 cars. I like the Tin Men movie cars, right? Like your old, like super stretched out fins on like the old Cadillacs. I like things like that, but like my wheelhouse cars are mid 70s to right about the very early 80s. Probably 81, 82 would probably be my threshold. That's like my favorite era of cars, but I like all cars, if I'm being honest with you. I don't like the new cars, and I got to be careful when I say this because I had a kid, he put me in check a couple years ago. Some of y'all probably remember it. When I'd go to a car show, I'd skip over like newer cars, and I'd call them plastic cars, right? And I know this is getting a long-winded answer, but it is what it is. I think it was a 17 or 18-year-old boy who was like, look, why do you do that? And I'm like, well, they're this, that, and the other. And he goes, yeah, but he goes, this is our, CUDA, or this is our Challenger, or this is our whatever we like, right? We don't think it's right that you're picking on our Camaro or our new Mustang, you know what I mean? You're kind of hurting the hobby. And man, that resonated with me so much. It was like a punch in the mouth. And I'm like, the kid has a point, right? So I like a little bit of everything. I just try to stay within my wheelhouse. Short answer. I guess the long answer. Could be digging ditches in the rain, right? Yep, you could be, 100%. Now, I've done that. I was a plumber for many years. Can't tell you how many times I was out digging in this because it would soften the ground, right? If you had to dig a sewer, whether it was 3-foot or 12-foot ground, you liked that little bit of moisture in it. It made it a little bit easier. 4-post lift, there's a thought. Yep. There was a guy come to my shop last week, 87 years old and still drag racing. Dude, that's awesome. I love to see it, man. I love to see it. You get to where you're sitting around. How does the old saying goes? A person in motion stays in motion. A person at rest stays at rest. Once you start laying down, that's it. You're just going to continue to do it and continue to do it. And before you know it, time's up, right? So I'm going to keep moving until I just can't do it. And I get it. There's people that have disabilities that can't. I get that. So I know there's probably somebody that's going to try to twist that on me, but let's just be realistic about it. Bryant Thomas, I put a new exhaust and a new fuel pump on my 2012 GMC Sierra, and it's foul in the plugs. Do you know what's up with that? So a new exhaust New fuel pump. Dude, if I'm going to be straight with you, I'm not going to sit here and try to lie to you. With them newer cars, they can be anything. I'm sure somebody in the chat could try to explain that to you. But that new computerized stuff with fuel mixtures and fuel injection, it's hard telling, dude. Sorry I can't answer that, but I wouldn't have a clue. Vince, what's up, bud? UP, what's up? Joker said, Chevy, 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 I'm blinded by others. That's right. Ace said, good morning, how's things? I can't complain. I woke up above ground. I'm breathing. My girls are healthy. Other than that, the rest of it's smoke and mirror bullcrap. How's your day going? Oh, yeah, Christine, for sure. I liked the Christine car. I really did. There's some out there that I like better, though, if I'm being honest. Don said he loves the shirt. Iron-on makes my back sweat a bit, but worth it. Good deal. Yeah, I really wanted to go. Oh, for crying out loud! I'm having a brain fart. Not Iron-on, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the name right off the head. But with the new shirts that I've got coming, I posted it on the members, I believe. Those designs would have absolutely murdered me. There's no way I could have sold a shirt for under $50 or $60. So I had to go that route, but I think they turned out pretty cool. Thank you very much for your opinion, Don. Tim Windsor's in the house. What's up, brother? Lot said 70s and early 80s for me, too. I'm the same way. Yeah, I just love that era car. Not sure, probably because that's roughly what I was driving right when I started driving, right? Because I couldn't afford anything new. So, you know, you could go to it. Like, for example, my first car was a 73 Charger, and I bought it out of a junkyard for $100, right? And then I had an 81 Olds Cutlass I gave $300 for, I think. But, man, you could just go to the junkyard and buy a whole car. You know what I mean? And gas was what? 79, 89 cents a gallon, something like that. You could throw $5 in fuel, cruise Park Avenue all night with your friends and just have a blast. Shirt quality's top notch. Thank you very much, Don. Ha ha, I look at new cars like a stick of deodorant. Yeah, I'm just not into the newer stuff. Like, the only reason I have my newer truck, if I'm being shooting you 100% straight, is because of all the miles we run. You know, back and forth, back and forth. And then I have all the road hazard. Well, they'll come get my truck, and then Haggerty will grab my cart and my trailer, or all three. You know what I mean? Because there's some pretty sketchy areas we go through to go to these events. And if something breaks down, I do not want the girls stuck in a weird area. I can make a phone call and they'll come get them. BRG, I would be there to help out if I lived closer. I'll tell you what, Tim, I appreciate that, dude. I've had, and I'm not even exaggerating, probably 100 people offer to come down here and help. You know, fly him and do whatever I could to get him here. But I'm not going to waste. I don't feel like putting my problems on somebody else. And I appreciate the offer out of everybody I do. You know, it only took me a day and a half. Now, granted, I didn't sleep much. I was down here probably 18, 20 hours the first day, and then all the next day, and then now getting these engines all tore out. And but no, I appreciate it. We got it nailed. My dad is 85 years old and still out there working on his trucks. I think Mac just said something like that a minute ago, Jonica. That is awesome. I absolutely love that. I just love it. I love it. Keeps them old boys and girls healthy, keeps them alive, and guess what? It gives them something to look forward to, right? So, man, I got me something to drink. So if they're retired or doing whatever, it gives them something to look forward to, or a goal to even to achieve, rather than just watching TV, right? And I think that just keeps them alive. I love it. Let's see. Don't you mess up on me now, phone. Use it or lose it. That's it. Sometime life gets 100 degrees, 180 degrees out. Boy, there's never been a truer statement. I ought to put that on a shirt. Like, I love that. I love that. Who put that? Throttle? That's awesome. Brian Thomas said, thanks. No problem. I've seen enough people retire and sit on their lazy boys and never get out. That is the truth, Don. That is the truth. I guess there's some unfortunate situations to that. People just retire, just, how can I say this? Based on the dream of like, they're going to have all this time to do everything they want, right? They're going to be able to accomplish all these things, and then they sit down and they get comfortable, and that's the end of it until lights are out, right? And then there's those individuals, ladies and gentlemen both, that just get to where they can't do it anymore, right? You know, their legs are giving out. They've already had 2 hip replacements, shoulder replacements, rotator cuffs are going bad. Their backs are shot, right? And they just want to sit back and just relax. So I guess the outcome is the same, right? At the end of the day, nobody gets out of this life alive, right? Just, I guess the circumstances on why you're doing it may be different. So I don't know. Hot Rod Guy Garage said, I'm dropping in to say hi. Hope everyone has a good day. Thank you very much. I wish the same for you. Owen Holmes says, bless. Thank you. Metal Art Cut'em says, no. Embroidered, no. I was talking about screen print. Daryl just, you know, put it right in my face there. I wanted to screen print everything, but as you guys know, they charge by the color on that, right? And Noisy Cricket's shirt, I'm not even kidding you, has like 35 different colors. I mean, the shirt would cost me 50 or 60 to make just to get rid of them. There's no way I would ask any of you to help the channel out by buying an $85 shirt. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Thank you, though, Daryl. Lot said, for UBRG, a Hot Rod Imperial 73. Yeah, that's nice. I like the way you think. Yep, there you go. UP's right in the house with it. Screen printing. Yep. Have you ever saw a 1970 V10 Stingray Corvette? No, I have not. I have not. That sounds cool, though. Let's see. Throttle said, I still have a 73 Sebring I bought for $100 back in '86. Boy, what would you guys give to have those prices again? I mean, when parts were cheap, cars were cheap, you could, you know, hoist your engine to a tree branch, swap everything, and still go out and drag with your buddies at the end of the night. Man. Lot said 440. Let's see. Ace Master said, I grew up around 70, 72 Chargers at one time. My dad had the same, and his favorite was the 71 Charger RT. Very cool. Tell you what, guys, I'm going to lower this down just a tickle. Bear with me in case I drop you. So I'm not having to look up and look like I'm, get you down a little, I'm sorry, it's going to get you a little closer to my ugly mug. But, see if we can do this without tearing up something. Don't touch it. Don't look at it. All right, let's see. Very cool, Ace. Steve said, hi. How are you doing, Steve? Smoke said, Sabbath true. I had to stop working due to a brain issue, and I hate it. I need to get back into it. Yep. Hey, that's awesome if you can get back into it. Let's see. Bacon Craft. I think that's what that says. I'm not trying to butcher your name. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Just get yourself healthy, get yourself to where you're good to go, and just do it one piece at a time, right? The good thing about doing this, unless you have a schedule, is you can go out and tinker, and if you put in 1 bolt a day, hey, you're making forward progress, right? Small steps are still steps forward. Daryl said, peace. Tim said, speaking of retirement, my final day of work is March 31st. April 1st is my first official day of retirement. Tim, congratulations, my friend. I wish you the absolute best. Get out there and put a video out, Tim. Put a video out. Start your YouTube. Let's see it. Daryl said, screen print is nice, but not cheap. Yeah, no doubt. The one thing about our hats, we do embroider all those. We do embroider our hats because well, with exception to our, our patriotic hat, which we have some new patriotic stuff coming out. I think you guys are going to love it. The members on the page have seen it, I'm sure. UP is in here. I'm not sure who else is in here as a member, but yeah, it's going to look really cool. That and hats take a beating, especially when I'm down here. Especially those days where you get really aggravated and you throw them and then you're stomping on them, that kind of thing. Am I going to Indy swap meet? Yes, I will be at the swap meet, Indy Thunderhead swap meet. I will be there. 100%. Frank said BRG soup. What's up, bud? I don't know if I lost the chat or it just stopped right there. We'll see if another comment comes in. I'd hate to lose it with all y'all in here. There it goes. Got to get back to the burnout car. Well, what are you sitting here talking to me for? Get to work. All right, Daryl, have a good day, buddy. I'm just giving you a hard time. Joker said, Dad, in 1970, I had a 69 Z28 7-year-old kid, 8,000 RPM all day long, lots of trouble with the law. Dude, that's sick. Be honest with me, Joker. You can't get in trouble now. I think the statute of limitations is over. How many times did you outrun them and go hide in a buddy's driveway with the lights off? Be honest. Let's see, because that's what I would have done. Frank said, you are my blower idol. Well, thank you, Frank. I appreciate you, sir. I need a blower before I die. Well, if you can swing it, Frank, it's only money. Start with the used one if you got to. They are fun. They're expensive, and they cause a lot of damage, but they're fun while it's running. I have had a great experience with DTF. My screen's broke right there. I can't see. Oh, T-shirts you got? Okay, cool. Too Big Jenkins. What's up, buddy? Throttle Living said Columbus, Ohio has Mopar winter swap the 28th of this month. You know what? I'm supposed to be at Edgewater the 28th for Grimm's inaugural test and tune. If it falls on its face, maybe I'll stop up here and see that. Send me Throttle, if you don't mind. Can you send me an email on the information to that? It's bustedradiograrage@gmail.com. My dash lights are out on my 93 Ranger and the fuses are good. Check your grounds. See if you got a ground that's bad. Could be your brake switch too underneath your brake pedal. All your dash lights are out and you said your dash lights. My bad. I thought you said brake lights. Check your ground. If it could be a bulb inside there. That 90, what is that? 90, what do you say what year it was? 93? That should still have a bulb in it, I would believe. I don't think it'd be a circuit board yet. Yep, smoke shop, 100%. Grounds and relays. Anytime I have an electrical issue, that's the first thing I start checking is grounds. I mean, other than the obvious, unless it's a bulb. But if you're chasing a gremlin, chase your grounds first. That's just my experience. That's what I do. Let me 30 sockets up. Now I'm going to keep playing with them. I got like a fidget spinner here going on. Oh. All right. God, I love this chair. Let's see. Throttle said yes, grounds relays. I don't know if that chat's just taking a minute to get in here or what, but that's fine. Man, we've been on here 40 minutes already. That's crazy. Dan the Man. Hey, Chris. Hi, everyone. From the Nova Scotia, Canada. I can't wait to get up your way, Dan. We want to do it this year. Nova Scotia. Gonna Oak Island it. Check out some of that gazillion-dollar wood they got up there. I can't wait. Suz. What's that say? What does it call you, Suz? Am I going to have to pay someone to pull the dash? And a Ranger? Nah, Ranger shouldn't be too bad. Those should still be dash pad trucks. Should be just have, what, 8 or 10 little screws. Pull your dash pad off. Pull your center trim off around your gauges. Pull that off, and then it should be just a plastic, like just a little plastic facade with all your gauges on it. You should be able to get to your bulbs and all there. Should be super simple. Headlight switch could be it too. Good call. Call me 250 or Ron. I'll call you 250. How's that? Or Ron, if I can remember. Thank you very much. Dan the Man, I'm hoping to get permission to ride my 650 around the excavation site on Oak Island this summer. Dude, that would be so... You do that, send me a video or let me know and I'll watch that. I don't even know if it's still on much anymore because we don't watch much TV. But we used to make it like a family deal where we'd sit down and watch that show. And Kathy and Squirt and I want to go like something terrible. I'd like to go see the original like excavation hole from, man, I can't remember the dad's name now. I don't think Dan Blankenship's right, but yeah. Bacon said, does anyone you know have a GMC Acadia? Because I have been chasing a battery issue for a week now. Unfortunately, no. Sorry, I don't know anybody that has one of those. Let's see, Dan said, I'll post it on my channel. Dan the Man does stuff. Dude, I'll be all over that. That'd be awesome. Ron says, I miss my Suzuki RMX 250. Joker said 16 tickets in 1 year, 302Z 28. 120 days in county jail, went back, stole 2 cops' hat after getting out. Dude, that's the story of the day. I love that. I love that. That's awesome. I love that. I love the 120 in county. That's sweet. Tim said, BRG, I started my channel in January. I have 127 videos on my channel. I've seen the music videos. I've seen all that. I've seen the Northern Light videos. I haven't checked out your shorts. Believe it or not, guys, I tried to get in there and watch everybody's stuff. I do. If I'm sitting down here and I'm like just working and I'm not got music blaring or filming, I try to get on there and just listen to somebody's live stream, or if they've got a lengthy video, just let it play in the background, right? Just to have noise in here. 76 Fury, they're another nice big Plymouth. Yep. The old Plymouths there's some big old girls in there. I love them. You guys know I love the big girls here. I really do. Well, with the exception of burnout cars, Homer's about as big as I'm going to get. Mopar K, don't play. Well, looky there. How are you? Duster's looking good. Tim said, put music of all genres up here. Lately, everyone likes the reggae and the classic rock. I'll listen to the classic rock. I don't think I'm much of a reggae guy. Thumbs up for this guy. Thank you. Yeah, smash that thumbs up. I don't even ask that. Moderators like UP and Tim and all them guys ask for the thumbs up. I can't ever remember to ask. I figured if you guys like what we're talking about, you'll do it. You know. Tim Windsor. All right, good deal. Thanks, UP. Buddy has a 75 Duster. He loved the leaf spring set on it. Very cool. Donald Davis said, BRG, I sent you a link to the Mopar swap meet in Columbus. Cheers. Maybe we'll see you there. Very cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll check it out as soon as I get off here. Don saying hello to Mopar K, don't play. I'd move you guys around and show you the cars in here, but I'd be willing to bet I'd lose. I'm not even sure what this pixelation looks like now. Ron said my aunt had an old Super B, scared the crap out of her, so she sold it. That's cool. Well, it's not cool that she just got scared. I just love them old cars, man. Slant 6, are you serious? Those, I put a poll out on that one time. Those old Slant 6, man, you just can't beat those things. You just can't beat them. It's like the old Ford 300 straight 6, or, I mean, even the 318s. There's just some engines out there. You can beat them and beat them and beat them and beat them, and they just aren't going to die. Said video is great. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I often wonder, I'm trying to get Starlink set up on my house and shop. I just got to do it. It's just I don't have time. But I will give you that on the Slant 6 faux show. Bacon wants to know what kind of lift I have behind me. It's a Wildfire lift. I think it's the 9000 XLT or whatever. Yeah, a Wildfire lift is what I have back there. Love it. You're not playing. You're not playing. 100%, dude. 100%. Yep, I got a 318 in my 99 Dakota with 430,000 miles on it, and the truck won't die. 100%, I agree with that. One of my favorite trucks I've ever had in here, and if you guys were here at the beginning of the channel, was my Dakota. I loved that thing. You couldn't beat it. I mean, you just could not beat that truck. I gave it away, but you couldn't beat it. Ron said a guy walked up on her at a stop sign, scared her, she gunned it, and all she saw was sky. I have no doubt. No doubt. John Stevenson, got a 67 Camaro, took out a 327, put a 350 stroked out to a 383. Very cool. I bet that sounds sick. Hopefully you put a big old hog cam in it. Let's see. I got to keep updating these comments. They're going in and out, in and out. 318s, they were using a lot of old Dodge Diplomats. Yep, they were. 318s and 360s were putting just about everything. Just about everything. My next project car is a 98 Ram 318. All right, very cool. Very cool. If you need any parts, let me know. I have mountains of that crap around here. I mean, literally, mountains of it. For 318s, 360s, you name it. If you get into a bind, let me know. Stay on there. You'll have fun with that car or that truck, Kay. They're fun. Hey, no problem. No problem at all. To be honest with you, I'd like to get rid of some of the stuff. I've got totes and I've got 6 or 7 chimney units right here just full of them things. Need another engine for the yellow Dart? What is it? What are you looking for? What you need? John says, my van has a 360 in it with 180,000 and still can't hear it when it's running. I'm telling you, they're my favorite. If I'm being just shooting you like super straight, the 360 is my favorite engine of all time. Of all time, I love it. I know the 318s and 316s are really similar, but I love 360s. They're my go-to. Also need a crank to a 340. I might have one. I'd have to look though. Smoke said, all right, BRG and Chad, I have to get ready for my life. Have a great day. Everything goes smooth with the engine. Smoke, I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for stopping in. You have a blessed day, my friend. Be safe out there. We're going to be on here about another 15 minutes. I'm going to roll out as well. Another 318 to 360. Okay, I've got those here. Send me an email at bustedradiogarage@gmail.com. I've actually got a complete 100% complete 318 sitting over there in the corner with like 30,000 miles on it, if that. I'd be willing to let go. Just send me an email at bustedradiogarage@gmail.com. We can talk about it. Throttle Davidson said 318, the same crank. Yep. 225 Slant 6 for an awesome durability. You're not wrong there either. You're not wrong there either. Dang good engines. Dang good engines. We will have to talk. I'll reach out. Yeah, let me know. No big deal. I'll tell you what, I mean, just as Lot's putting it on there, anything from that era, I mean, those engines are pretty much, I mean, obviously there's some that are garbage, right? Let's just be honest. But for the most part, those engines there, you could make them work one way or the other versus engines that are today, right? I mean, you see engines all the time, like my old Dodge pickup truck that I had before this one, 30-some thousand miles on it, and we're starting to go bad. You know what I mean? And then you've had newer cars where the computers go bad. The crap that we will run here, or most of us are used to, if something went bad, you could fix it yourself, right? You called a buddy, you got a 12-pack, you met under the shade tree after work, you tore it apart, you fixed it, you put it back together, and you rode the car back to work in the morning. A lot of that today, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You got to call a dealership. They got to have like a digital machine to do this. And then it tells them what's wrong, and half the time they don't know how to fix it. They got to call tech support, and then tech support's got to get a part that's coming somewhere overseas, and then 6 months later you can take your car back out, but you're still making payments on it. I mean, let's just be honest. I lost you. Hold on. 1936 Chevy truck, low cab, only year Chevy high cab and low cab. I have a low cab all fixed up. Very cool, Joker. I have a Dodge truck 85. Good deal, Mark. Tim Smitty's in the house. What's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Channel's doing really good, man. I'm happy for you. That's awesome. Getting harder to find. Everything's getting hard to find. My mom and brothers had Pontiac Grand Prix. Ron, I've got one sitting right there. I don't know if you can see it. It squirts. Low mile, beautiful car, sitting there just waiting for it to get painted. I just got to have time, but I love Grand Prix. Love all Pontiacs, pretty much, some of the older ones. New cars need a timing chain, not a timing belt. Yep. Dan said, I saw a guy with one leg at the ATM today. He was checking balance. That's good. That's funny, Dan. You're killing me. Tim Smitty said, my '09 Malibu transmission is toast. I had to add some of the old fluid back into it after doing a fluid service on it. It would only drive in reverse. Man, I hate to hear that for you, Tim. It's no good. Bacon said, you're correct. Oh, I don't even know how to say this. Sank Dogan, hello, USA from Turkey. How are you? Tim said, thank you. Ever built up a slant BRG? No, I've taken a lot of them out, though, unfortunately, I hate to say. I take them out and generally throw V8s in it. Noisy Cricket was originally a slant 6 car. Let's see. My car's 1955 Buick Special, 1996 C4 Chevrolet Corvette. And I'm happy. Wow, that's cool. I like the deal on the 55 Buick Nailhead, I would assume, right? That's sick. I'm off to have a good one, lads. Hey, take care, Frank. Be good, bud. We're going to be on the end in a few more minutes, and I got to roll out, too. But I figured I'd chat it up with you guys for a minute. My phone's just bleeping in the background. We'll figure it out with that when I get off here. Ron said mom's was green, brothers were burgundy, and the other was two-toned yellow and white with a swivel driver's seat. Those swivel driver's seats are sick. Father-in-law had an old Thunderbird that way. Just plumb get out of the way for you. It's awesome. Oh, you said seat. I was talking about steering wheel. Yeah, the old swivel seat is let you swivel and those walk right out. Those are sick. I agree, William. A 55 in Turkey, that's sick. Tim said, God, you got some replacement blocks to replace those ruined ones? Yes, sir. I'm actually sitting on my engines right here. I got them set up like end tables. Thank you. And a 2008 Chrysler 300. Nice. Man, Turkey's got the cars over there now. Dad had the 80-oct Pontiac Paracine diesel. Oh, that'd be cool. You imagine if they had the turbo technology and stuff for diesels back then that we have now. I remember when diesel cars back in the 70s, 80s, no one wanted anything to do with them. You imagine if we had the technology then? Gee whiz. It'd be black smoke for days. Parking lots would be interesting. Oh, the judge of YouTube. Yesterday I spent an hour on the phone to find a 4x4 switch for my uncle's F-150. Nobody could find one. O'Reilly's is useless. Did you, I mean, this is going to sound stupid, but I'm going to ask, did you try any of the other big chain stores like Advance, AutoZone, things like that? Or even eBay? Amazon sometimes has resellers on there. You can find stuff like that. Drove it to Nova Scotia 5 times. That's cool. Frank said he lied. He's back. Welcome back, Frank. Welcome back. Missouri says, goodbye, see you later. I'm using capital letters so you old fart can see. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you, because I'm blind as a bat. I had to order it through Parts Geek. Well, hopefully it works out for you. Parts Geek has never been, good to me ever. I hope it works out for you. Lots of those trucks in pick and pull. Frank said, BRG, what thermostats do you like? I have trustees with them. Thermostats? Like for cars? Whatever Advance gives me, I don't even look at the box, to be honest with you. I run them at 190 degree thermostats, and I'm not even sure what Advance brand is, to be honest with you. C3 Chevrolet Corvette 76 in Turkey, Istanbul. Cool. I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of you have been here for a while know that C3 vets are between C3s and C7s, and I would probably almost go back to the C3 with a V8 are my favorite vets of all time. The body lines, I love them. I love them, love them, love them. My nephew rolled my dad's 1970 C10. Well, I hope he's okay. I'm from Missouri, still representing. Good deal, Vince. Represent, buddy. Chrome bumper C3. L82. Oh, all right. Well, somebody has to see the cars real quick, so I'm going to show you these guys, and I'm going to get ready to roll out. Hold on. Oh, mercy. Let me flip you around. I'll try not to move so fast. If the pixelation starts going to crap, just tell me in the comments. But here's the block you guys have seen me tear down yesterday. It's ready to go. Grimm's engine sitting right there. Noisy Cricket's engine sitting right there. If you missed the video yesterday, there's his big old nasty crack right there. He's got the plumber's crack going on. That's a shame. That's my original 76 block out of Homer. The original block. I hate that, but it is what it is. Oh, you ain't kidding, Dan. You ain't kidding. For someone that don't sit in a chair very much, that's generally reserved for the girls and company. But, yeah, I can't wait to get these things done and get them back here. I don't want to get back there too deep, because if I do, it's going to break up. But there's Grimm, Noisy Cricket, Monzilla, there's Shirley, the Dirty Dodge, and then back there is Hot Mess. But I get back there too deep, I'm going to lose signal for sure. This car just needs the trim put back on. Well, it needs painted, the trim put back on, and then put the top on it. And this car is done and good to go. And then Squirt can start taking it to school. Hammer down, BRG. One into doubt, 180 out. That's right. That's right. Mike showed up. What's up, Mike? What's up, buddy? Thank you for being a member, by the way. I appreciate it. We were just getting ready to finish up here in a few minutes. Someone in the chat earlier asked to see the cars, and I told him I'd get to it before I go. Thank you very much. Yeah, this garage used to be an old barn, and Kathy, Squirt, and myself spent an entire summer turning it in what it is to today. It's 110 feet by 48 feet of just mechanics goodness here. And yeah, I love it. This building used to be my storage building. This is where I stored all my cars. So I think we used to keep, I'd have to ask Kathy, I think before all of the lift and the toolboxes and all that crap, I think we used to keep right around 40 cars in here. When we just solely collected and stored cars. And then once I got out of that mess, then here came the shop, here came YouTube, and now we have storage for all our stuff, and this is now my full-time shop. My garage is wonderful, thank you. I am located in northern Kentucky. Northern Kentucky. But yeah, so if this rain, for the love of God, ever lets up, here's old Homer. Those of you guys probably remember him. I need to get Homer 3.0 started. I need to quit fooling around. I've got the body here. If you've been watching the community page, you've seen it. Yeah, poor little guy. Hindsight's 2020. If I wouldn't have cut him up, I shouldn't have cut him up and mocked up some just roller axles underneath him and then put him up there under my flagpole, which is way up there, with a little rock garden, and put a fountain around him or something. But, you know, we gave a lot of him away on giveaways. A lot of people wanted a piece of this car. And we gave away the doors. We gave away all the letters we cut up and gave away. We gave away all the glass that had grit on it. We tried to give away, somebody wanted the windshield. And unfortunately, it broke to all goodness when we was getting it out for them, because they wanted it for all the stickers and the marker, and they wanted it for like their man cave, and I was going to give it away, but it broke. But you can see we skinned all the doors, gave away all the stickers, gutted the entire interior and gave it away to people. It was crazy. Let me catch up on these real quick. Is that the Bowling Green area? No, I'm further up than Bowling Green, further north. Arlen said, wow, what a great shop. I would kill to have this shop, but of course I was in jail and couldn't do the work. Maybe I wouldn't. Well, it was a great shop. Would have killed us, but of course I was in jail and couldn't do the work. So maybe I wouldn't. Well, if you're out now, you can go ahead and try to get you something. I used to travel through Kentucky on my way back and forth to Colorado and went through Hazard, Kentucky. Yeah, that's way, way, way south of me, Hazard is. Been there before. We have 5-foot snow banks and can see grass not until May, probably till it melts. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people, unfortunately, like that, Dan. They've just got unbelievable snow. It's going to take forever. Fortunately, you know, we've got some over here that's still by my pool that was mounted up pretty good. There's still some up there by the front of the house still mounted up. And then my, pardon me, my cattle fields are still full. Pardon me. Where did you store the Ranger today? Where do you store the Ranger today? Not sure where you're at with that, Arlen. Are you in the Owensboro area? No, I am just east of Owensboro. What type of engine do you got? You have 2.0mm super strong Dungeon. What type of engine? These here are all 360s. That's what these are. That has a 301 in, I believe. That has a 315 Poly. Homer has a 426 Hemi, which is the new replacement to this car. There's a little bit of everything. There's LS3 sitting over there. There's 316s and 318s all over the wall in here. Good land. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love my farm. I love it. I'd take you guys around, but I would lose service. Like, I might be able to get you up here somewhere, but yeah, I own just about everything you can see here. But yeah, it goes on up. There's some of the donkeys and stuff there, but then it goes forever back there. Same thing on this side. And then there's a lake over the hill here, and I got a pond out back. But you can see through the trees. I don't know here. I'll see if I can zoom. But you can still see, you know, snow back there on the cattle fields and stuff. It's just, it'll take forever. All right, guys, unless there's something else y'all want to yap about, I'm going to get ready to roll out of here, go find something to munch on a little bit. And then hopefully this rain back here quits and I can get my engines loaded, get them bagged, and get ready. Leap said, pondering at the pond. Yeah. Dan said, later, everyone. All right, you guys know the deal, man. I enjoy hanging out with you, but I got to get to rolling out. But you guys know the deal. I love you. I appreciate you watching. I'll catch you next time. Drop me a sub if you don't mind. Like the video. You guys know the deal. BRG out.